Hey there, friends! Have you ever tried to play hide and seek, but no one would let you hide in their house or even in their backyard? Imagine running around looking for a safe spot, but every place says, "Nope, you can't stay here." Sounds tricky, right? Well, today we're going to meet someone from Greek mythology who had that exact problem, but in a much, much bigger way. Her name is Leto, and her story is filled with challenges, a big chase, and, spoiler alert, two very famous kids. So who was Leto? Leto was a Titaness. That means she came from the older group of gods before Zeus and the Olympians. She wasn't a warrior with weapons, or a trickster with clever tricks. Instead, she was known for her gentleness and patience. Imagine the calmest person you know, someone who stays kind even when things get tough. That's Leto. But here's where it gets interesting. Leto became the mother of two of the most powerful gods in Greek mythology. Any guesses? Yep, Apollo and Artemis. Apollo was the god of the sun, music, and prophecy, while Artemis was the goddess of the moon, hunting, and wild animals. Pretty cool, right? But before they were born, Leto had a really tough time. Why? Because Hera, Zeus's wife, wasn't too happy about Leto. And when Hera got upset, well, let's just say things got dramatic. Here's the story. When Leto was about to give birth, Hera sent out a rule: no land may give Leto a place to stay. So Leto wandered the world, tired, carrying her babies, looking for somewhere, anywhere, to rest. Every island and every city said, "Sorry, we can't help you." Finally, Leto found a floating, rocky island called Delos. Because it was floating in the sea and not fixed land, it wasn't under Hera's rule. Delos welcomed her, saying, "You can stay here." And so, with the waves lapping around the island, Leto gave birth, first to Artemis, who then helped her mother deliver Apollo. Yes, Artemis was a helper from the very first moment she was born. From that rocky, humble island came two shining gods, Apollo with his golden light and music, and Artemis with her silver bow and moonlight. Delos, once just a floating rock, became famous forever as their birthplace. Have you ever felt left out, like when no one picks you for a team, or you're searching for a seat at lunch and everyone's tables are full? That's a little like what Leto went through. But here's the cool part. Sometimes the place or the people who finally welcome you turn out to be the most special of all. Just like Delos became the proud home of Apollo and Artemis, sometimes the last choice ends up being the best choice. Now let's zoom out from the myth and into real science. Apollo and Artemis are connected to the sun and the moon. So what's special about those? The sun is our giant glowing star. It gives us warmth, light, and energy. Without it, plants couldn't grow, and we couldn't live. Did you know the sun is so big that you could fit over 1 million Earths inside it? Whoa! And the moon? It doesn't shine on its own. Instead, it reflects the light of the sun. That's why sometimes it looks full and round, and other times it's just a sliver, like a slice of cheese. The moon also controls the ocean tides. Imagine the moon like a gentle hand, pulling the water back and forth. So when the Greeks said Apollo was the sun and Artemis was the moon, they were telling a story about things that people saw in the sky every single day and night. Now let's think forward. What about Apollo and Artemis in the future? Well, guess what? NASA, the space agency, named two of its most famous missions after them. The Apollo missions were the ones that sent astronauts to walk on the moon. Neil Armstrong's giant leap for mankind was part of Apollo. And now there's the Artemis program, which is working to send astronauts, including the first woman, back to the moon and beyond, maybe even to Mars someday. Isn't that amazing? A myth thousands of years old is still inspiring science and space travel today. It's like Leto's kids grew up to not just rule the sky, but to help us explore it too. So today we learned about Leto, the gentle Titaness who never gave up, even when the whole world said no. Because of her patience and courage, two of the brightest gods, Apollo and Artemis, were born, and even now, their names light up our science and our dreams of space travel. Next time you see the sun shining or the moon glowing, remember Leto and her journey. Sometimes, the hardest paths lead to the brightest stories. Thanks for joining me, friends. Until next time, keep looking up, keep wondering, and keep imagining. Bye!